Now we have Complexity up with a Game 1 advantage and what was a serious dominating performance. But Lacoste, here we are in game number 2, and Midas Club Elite now have the server advantage. That's right, folks. We're playing on Brazil.
Yes, so what's the ping for USA right now? Brazil, it's like 160, 130.
I will look right now. You're looking at about 150 right now. I just did status in the console, and I have 180 ping myself, and all the other members roughly like 150, 200, something like that. So it's the same as any South American player when they play on US East, technically. So, take it for what it's worth. But as some of you may or may not be aware, there's been new rules kind of put into play for this qualifier, American qualifier run of Summit 7. We are doing, in any instance, a series where we have a South American team taking on a North American team. They will, unless they agree, which in some cases teams do agree. Like yesterday, we had, what was that team yesterday? It was, oh God, why is this on my mind? We saw Infamous, who is a Peruvian squad, actually prefer US East, while teams like SG eSports and here, Midas Club Elite, are going to be preferring to play on the Brazilian server. So in those cases, we'll be playing Game 2 on the Brazil server, and I believe no, it's not a coin flip. I said that wrong before. Game number 3, if there is a game number 3, should be going back on the US East server. I hope that made sense right there. That was a lot of verbal diarrhea.
Does.
Sorry.
Speaking of diarrhea, I need to come back in exactly 1 minute. Feel the
okay.
time.
All right,
I
dude.
apologize for this.
Do what you got to do, brother. I understand. Speaking of diarrhea, let's break down Midas versus Complexity. Game 1 was a bit of a diarrhea showing for Midas. You could chalk it up to ping, you could chalk it up to the synergy they had, or how they were not able to really get the levels online in the early game. This time they're hoping to shake things up. They get Crystal Maiden themselves for their first pick, followed up with a Bat Rider. Complexity lead in with a Lina Treant Protector. So, interesting to see these teams pass on, the Monkey King. It's starting to feel like Ember Spirit is getting close to being extinct, dare I say. Maybe you got your exceptions still, like OG when you have Jerix and stuff, but I gotta say, I've not seen like any Earth Spirit this week. And, Monkey King isn't like auto pick and ban, so the meta continues to change, people. Let's take a note at some of these bans here coming out. Midas Club recognize and get rid of the Terrorblade Legion Commander, which could quickly become a Swindlemelon's comfort hero. Midas Club will get rid of it. Timbersaw also, something we see in the hands of Complexity a lot, and in particular Moo. Same goes for the Lifestealer. Lots of comfort picks being banned from Midas Club, while Complexity get rid of a lot of just formidable meta kind of heroes here. The Abaddon, the Magnus, Ember, TA, heavy ass beaters who can snowball out of control, and strong mid laners too, because we saw what Sooth could do with the Shadow Fiend in the previous game. He could just do a lot of work if given a power player in the mid lane. Now we're moving into phase 2, people, of the picks, and we got Silencer already coming out for Complexity, and I am imagining that this is going to be the Demon Grab. Unless they're going to do a change-up and throw it into a core position. This had been a Demon Classic pickup even with his time on Onyx/DC. And even before that, I believe we saw quite a bit of Demon Silencer come out at TI with his time on TNC. So this is definitely a Demon Comfort pick. And something that could shut down the Crystal Maiden. We see a Bat Rider Blinken go for a lasso. A quick global could nerf any sort of follow-up burst or team fight. So I like the pick. And then Midas move on and grab up the Ogre now. So just great meaty support who's going to be able to soak up a lot of bursty damage. And now you have Bloodlust available for whatever core Midas Club want to move into. Now we oh, you're back. Okay.
I'm back.
Okay, welcome back, my friend. Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, you had to fill something. I had to empty something, balance and all the things.
Okay. Well, as long as you wash your hands, we're going to have a good game before us here. So take a moment to kind of take in the draft that's already unfolded here. Closing out the second phase of pickups, we have Complexity getting the good old traditional Juggernaut here. Just, the tried and true. good solid grab for potentially Moo. I don't know if Firo's a big mid lane
5
jug player.
seconds
I'm more
remaining.
anticipating this is going to be a Firo Lina anyways. And then Midas Club snag up the little Weaver.
Reserve time.
Midas Club picks like more comfortable heroes, something that needs more micro. I guess it's because of the pig advantage as well. So I expect kind of a different game this time. I hope so. They can show their true potential. On the other side, Treant Protector, kind of bad against Batrider. That's why they picked it. But they have Silencer, Lina, Jug. That's a lot of burst damage, a lot of control. They have good control for Weaver as well with Overgrowth, Lina stun, Silence.
Team ban.
So we'll have to see for the last pick. It can be... The complexity can change a lot with their heroes. Lina can be mid, Lina can be kind of a support, Silencer can be the other support or be played as a mid hero, Jug can be either mid or safe lane. Everything's open pretty much for complexity.
I think it needs to be as open as possible too, and almost as easy as possible, because they're going to have that little bit of a handicap working through that Brazilian server. And I'm actually reading here, I happened to glance over, and we have Beef in the house, coL manager Beef, great guy, it's good to see you, Beef, welcome aboard. He's informing us, and I had forgotten about this, Firo, who is playing from Jordan right now, already plays himself on the US East server with about a 200 ping. His personal connection now over to a South American server is like 300 ping, so get ready for some cool mid lane action here from Complexity. Oh, Beastmaster.
They might actually swap the players so he won't be the one playing mid. I remember playing on US servers before. Well, he's gonna play Lina though. It's just so annoying to play with 200 pings. I can only imagine what it's like to play with 300 ping.
Yeah, this is going to be a game of heavy gravity for both teams here. I mean, when I was even looking at it, Midas Club Elite didn't even have, like, it's not like Midas Club Elite are sporting, like, 60 ping or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
It's still bad. Like, their ping is still bad. It's just slightly better than US East, as opposed to, like, oh, maybe 150, 200, maybe now they'll have 100. It's like... It's not best case for either team here. It's just a bit worse for Complexity.
Yeah. I wish there were more South American teams actually, so they could like split the qualifiers.
Yeah, it gets tricky too. It's definitely easier to have like all of those qualifiers when you include like every region there, like TI does. It's great when you can bring someone from all those regions. So it's like, oh, they have like 16 teams going to that land. Where Summit we got good 8. So it's either you invite nobody and you just have like one team qualify from like every region if you include South America and CIS, and then C and China and Europe and America. It's pretty much 2 invites and 1 qualifier from every team. So it's always something different. But then again, you want to have what are the best teams, and the best teams would maybe come if you only invite them. It's hard, man. Being a TO is some crazy work when you're dealing with how to set up the qualifiers, when teams are dealing with servers, with who's invited, with who's not. I'm glad I'm here to talk about Dota and just cast at Lacoste, and this is what we get to do,
we have the easy job.
We have the easy job because we just get to enjoy sitting in the front row and watching these spectacular professional players play what they love so much in Dota 2. Thank you so much, IceFrog, for blessing us with this wonderful, wonderful game. Let's get into it, folks. Game number 2, Complexity need just one more win. If they could muster out a win here on this very difficult Brazilian server, they will move on to face SG eSports in another North America versus South America matchup in the lower bracket final of this group. Whereas Midas Club Elite, they're hoping to use this ping advantage. Nice played, Moo. Use this ping advantage to try to get a win and take it to a game 3. Should be a good one.
I'll mention the ping one last time. Swindle said he has 332 ping on mid, so that's kind of funny. Not gonna mention ping anymore. It doesn't favor any team. Both teams are playing with the disadvantage.
Yeah,
so
we're done talking about ping. The ping situation has been established. Everyone else can fill each other in with why it is as it is, but let's get into it and just accept it for what it's worth right now. Already, we have Midas moving in for an early invade. They want to grab up the bounty for themselves or maybe take a first blood with it. Already Moo is going to have to step off a bit. Demon and Z straight file suit, and for the second game straight, Midas Club will be able to move in and grab up 3 of the 4 bounty runes.
Yeah, coL knows they can't really fight the tri-lane from Midas, so they're swapping the lanes immediately when they saw it. I mean, Ogre plus Maiden plus Weaver, that's pretty much unkillable. Weaver with Shukuchi and Ogre with 627 armor on level 1. Kind of hard to take down.
That is going to be a pretty difficult aggro lane to deal with here if you're coL right now. Firo already going to get a little bit of assistance. It looks like Demon's kind of walking by. He's the hardest hitter in the early game at the moment, but hasn't opted to level up anything quite yet. Whether he's going to get a setup for an early leech seed or try to set up a Nature's Guise bash, we'll have to see. Or maybe he might need to quickly, sporadically put that point into living armor for a clutch save. He's just saving it for now, just in case.
Well, he has Orb of Venom, and if he gets the Leech Seed of Batrider on top with the spin, they can get a kill.
So it does look like Complexity have made their adjustment. They already have Swindle down here, and he's going to be joining his brother Z-Freak once again. The two of them will take on this kind of aggro lane setup, leaving Moo in the top lane to deal with the Batrider. Of course, Batrider, really in any one-on-one matchup against the melee is going to be fantastic for him. But we got Demon here now. Hello, how you doing? Punches the Batrider right in the face, and that's going to allow Moo to clean it up with a nice little Blade Fury. It's Complexity who strikes first in game number 2.
Yeah, Jimmy with Nature's Guise level 1, got close up to him, hit with Orb of Venom, 100 damage per hit. It's more than enough.
Now, Batrider immediately returns with a Sentry in hand, and Demon drops one, but he quickly loses it. Oh, quick turnaround Tango Eat right there. Very nicely done for the Batrider.
Yeah, really nice place to actually place it. Place. So he can't see it, you see it first because it's in the fog.
Yep. And with that bit of advantage, Demon could consider just bailing from the lane or maybe trying to come in from the left-hand side of those trees and try to avoid the detection altogether. Looks like that could possibly be the case here, but Moo's going to be back in fighting fashion and able to kind of bring in the CS. We'll touch base with mid lane here. Lina versus Storm. Storm moving up now, 12-1. Lina steps away for the moment to grab up the rune. Firo battling his way through this bit of an awkward situation, but he's going to be able to make it back in, and he's still fighting the good fight, it would appear here.
Yes,
oh, it looks like Swindle also bailed out on the bottom lane. We'll go straight to the jungle, leaving Zach to his own devices here at the bottom, and once they recognize that, they just dive him right away. And it looks like they'll be able to take him down and get their own kill.
Yeah, it's still good for coL. They couldn't do anything on the bottom lane with these two heroes, so Beastmaster just ditches it and goes straight to the jungle. Alright, on top lane they do the same thing again.
Yep.
Jimmy just hitting it from Invis plus Leech Seed. It's more than enough with level 2 spin. Batrider can't really do anything.
Yeah, Batrider came back with that detection to cover the top half of that lane, but once the lane began to move forward, mid lane, we catch you all the action there. It's Sooths and Firo trading, and it is going to be Sooths winning that right-click battle, just barely able to get it out.
Yeah, this was the last second. I mean, Lina had the armor from Treant, which is level 3, who is level 3, and it just disappeared in 1 second.
All right, Ned creeping around the corner, sets it up with the Nova slow, and then with the Ignite, they just swarm onto Z-Freak, and they quickly execute the silencer. Even with Swindlemelons back and present in lane, he knows that he can't offer a lot to stop him from all this ridiculous harassment coming from the bottom.
Who turned up the heat?
Demon top lane is being a bit of a headache here for the Bat, trying to pester him in his pull camp tactics, but now is eating too many stacks and too much burn, and he just torches up the tree.
He should have just tried to run away without casting the Leech Seed, because Nature's Guise was about to go ready.
Yeah.
So he could have tried to juke it. Firo with double damage on mid, does he have enough range for Dragon Slave? No.
Can't quite get close enough. Tried to see if he could juke it back and go for it. Sends it out anyways, but will not find its target. Zeus will be fine there and opts to pop the salve to heal right back on up. Bottom lane, another dive past this tier 1.
Dire's structures
Swindle's
are
hiding
fortified.
within the trees, but they're not committing in yet. While at that same moment, Z-Freak's rotated over to the mid lane, pops Zeus with a couple of spells, and he's going to get brought down pretty dang low. But they're not going to be able to get a finish, it looks like. He's just going to have to bottle up and kind of grab up the bounty rune and get some more regen from there.
Yeah, the shrine is ready. Maybe he even goes to the bottom shrine.
Tremendous.
Probably. They don't need to use shrine on bottom lane, so Storm can use it. The rest of the team won't be mad at him.
Is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower
Right.
is under attack.
Bat at top here feels a bit more uncomfortable kind of making any sort of approach to Moo as long as the tree's missing off the map at the moment, which Demon has made his return back to that top lane, so his instincts are pretty correct on that one. Swindle also kind of getting bullied out the lane though as a mirror there. And it looks like Bat's rotated himself to be in a matchup against Firo at this moment. So just a full change up now. Jump in from the Storm, looking to go for the grab. Z-Freak's there, but can't really offer a whole lot to help. Demon steps in with the living armor, but not going to be good enough. Lina gets dropped. And the chase continues here as the stacks fly out here from the Bat, but they have that shrine. He'll just turn himself right back out and head the other direction.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah,
tower
Storm
has
was
fallen.
jungling and he got level 6, immediately moved to mid. Good rotation from Batrider, who can't do anything on top because there was a Treant Protector just sitting there, and there's a lot of kill potential from Jug, who's level 6 right now. So he had to move. Now he's back on the top lane, trying to get some farm.
Possible aggression here from Complexity on to the Batrider now. They converge. Moo has Omni, but it probably is not going to be necessary. A simple Blade Fury and some right clicks should do the job. And coL continue to keep themselves afloat a bit, securing another kill and getting themselves at 3.
Dire's top
And
tower
a top tier
has
1 will
fallen.
also go down. This opens up the jungle now for them if they want to get some nice aggressive vision down. Nothing on hand at the moment, but mid lane, there's a jump in coming out from Suze with him and Ned. They get the freeze lockdown onto Firo. Can they burst him apart? Rotations are coming. It's going to be Moo. Omni Slash is out. Can he get one more? Yes, he can. The Follow Blade Fury should be able to do the job. He's looking at damage onto Ned. Now, Suze will be able to get that finish onto Firo, but with Moo stepping in and picking up a kill, it's not the worst thing ever for coL. They're pretty damn happy.
Yeah, that's a good trade for kind of both teams. One mid laner for another. Lina barely died there. She had the infused raindrop, which helps against Storm Spirit a lot. It removes overload damage.
And I'm assuming she didn't have the mana, it looked like, for maybe Laguna, or Laguna wasn't...
No, she didn't have mana for Laguna.
This'll come in handy.
Fortunate for her, not able to kind of really capitalize on that situation here. Looks like Demon has spotted a farming Bat, happy to leech up all that XP at the moment. Not really looking
Oh,
for anything,
Z-Freak.
but yeah,
On top lane.
Goes for the TP though, should be able to make it. Ooh, does make it back inside the fountain, which will take care of that little bug. And he'll make it away from trouble. He just gets some side farm for now. He's trying to get to that level 6 here. He's making decent timing for it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And then new bounty room, which Demon's going to be snagging up here and taking away from Midas Club. But will he be able to make it away with that golden pocket and alive? I don't know. It looks like he's been surrounded by 3. This tree is dead. Mid lane, a jump in from Sooths. No hard commitment, it looks like, for Firo, but he is dancing around using that haste rune.
Yeah, he just wants to remove those raindrop charges from him, and that's it. He's happy about it.
Fair enough, and does so. And he'll round himself back and away. So how are you feeling right now for either team? It's feeling like a very proactive, for both sides actually. We're pretty much going back and forth on this one, and it doesn't stop yet. They pop the smoke to make their move, and all they'll come across is just an ogre to kind of be the one to tank the gank. He'll be punished for it, but, you know, it's just support on Midas Club, and they were able to kind of go out and get, you know, a bigger, juicier target with that roar.
Yeah, there's a lot of movement from both teams. It seems like they're trying to make something happen, but they don't know what they want to happen. They're just trying to get a kill. It doesn't matter on who, they just want to kill something. Use smoke, and that's it. Batrider is getting close to his Blink Dagger though.
Yeah, I was
Dire's
actually
middle
just looking
tower
at him
is under
too.
attack.
It's not the fastest timing in the world you would love for a Batrider, but just getting it is going to be super important here for Midas Club. So he'll have to kind of work his way through the nearby jungle, I guess, to finish it out. Storm is, no surprise, building his way straight for the Bloodstone on this one. While Lina on the other side has more of a Rod of Atos build up, at least in Q. Don't see that very often on Lina. Is that Rod of Atos or am I dumb? No, that's definitely Rod.
It's how we make Rod of Atos, but it's kind of a underused item in my opinion, especially because of how root mechanics is strong right now, especially when you're playing against Storm Spirit or Weaver. So it's a good pickup, gives you good mana pool, good damage for Lina, and some HP to survive. So I'm wondering if he wants to go for it in the end or just having it in the quick buy.
We will stay tuned on his inventory to see how that does end up really panning out. Looks like our bat friend has opted to grab a dust in a bottle in the meantime and not blitz it straight for a Blink Dagger quite yet, which could be unfortunate for him because he's about to get ganked, and that Blink Dagger is going to take a lot longer to get. There's the roar from Swindle. Demon's punching him with a tree, and he's dead. And it's going to take a little bit longer to get that Blink Dagger, unfortunately, for him.
Is that all it took?
Yeah, Tome of Knowledge bought for 3 and Protector on top lane. Oh, they got the kill on Silencer.
Yeah. Pick off onto
Dire's
little
middle
Z-Freak there.
tower
The
has
damage
fallen.
is starting to build up on that Weaver where you're not going to be able to simply TP away from trouble if you do get caught out. So picks really for both sides on one support and one being on the offlane Batrider.
It's kind of hard to play Batrider against the Silencer, Arcane Curse in general. You just have those extra penalty duration for Arcane Curse, and you can't cast Stick in a Palm. It's 3 seconds cooldown, but you can't cast any spells. So.
Money to burn.
What do you
Also,
think
it's
about
pain.
I was gonna say, what do you think about the fact that they just like picked all this into the Silencer? They picked the Storm into the Silencer, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Stupendous!
Yes. Well, they think they have enough sustain, I guess, with Silencer. There's a Roar, there's Treant ulti, and pretty much that's it. I guess they fear. They don't feel like they need to fear all those spells. But eventually it needs to come that Storm buys a BKB, so...
Yeah, BKB, sometimes we see them go for Yules if they want to quickly take off the silence, I guess, but for now, just like I said before, keeping it traditional with getting all of that Bloodstone so you have that kind of snowball potential here. He is joining arms with fucking right now. Demon's close by, but I don't think they have any sort of handy detection between the two of them at the moment. Ogre's close though. He has some sentry. Demon's dropping the base. That's cool.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Oh, they dropped the sentry actually, and they quickly spotted that Demon was nearby. Do they have another sentry? Oh, they don't. Oh wait, Crystal Maid's coming. She got sentry. She's got dust. Pop it, dust. Will it reach? Oh, they got a dust on the storm too. Classic Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy is a kind of a player that's always in the trees. I don't know, whatever he's playing, Keeper of the Light, Beastmaster, whatever, he always ends up being in the trees.
Dude, it's all for space. Look at Moo in the top lane. Hitting tier 2s, going to work. Space created.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Well, maybe Jimmy should work for NASA.
Yeah, right.
Space so much, yeah.
This tier 2 is getting glyphed at the moment, but Midas are here on a mission to go for the trade.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's actually going to be Moo, who could take the tower potentially first. No, he actually wants to quickly TP to the bottom lane. coL want to take a fight?
He could have committed the Omnislash there with Global Silence. They maybe could have gotten a kill on Storm Spirit. Not sure if he was in range for Omni though.
Yeah, remember they reduced that range like a patch or so ago, so real unfortunate. Well, coL will not be able to secure the tier 2. Well, neither will Midas, and we kind of chalk it up to a bit of a draw at that. And we'll split the difference elsewhere here. Seafree could be hoping to build up for a Midas, but he's got quite the journey ahead of him. Lina has those 2 staffs of wizardry, so is certainly going to be going for the rod at this point.
Yes, I want to see how effective it's gonna be this time, especially against Storm Spirit.
There's our lasso jump in, follow-up storm commitment. Can they get the burst on Moo? He's able to get the Omni Slash off, and that's going to be the end of the storm. Moo goes into a Blade Fury, going about, and they're going to quickly secure a triple kill. High ping counterplays coming out from Complexity on that one, and will also secure a tier 1 play.
Wow, this was really great counter initiation by Global Silence. Storm couldn't get out, big overgrowth and living armor for that jug, which scored a triple kill plus tower. That's really big for Complexity.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
This will allow coL to kind of begin to open up an advantage in the game where things have been pretty much a draw to this point. Now suddenly a 3K net worth advantage going their way. Still coL kind of hanging around the bottom lane for now, but Demon's been able to kind of move in kind of deep and get some good intel planted at this moment.
A golden thread.
Yeah, look at those wards from Demon. They have really good vision in the enemy forest. They see where they're moving, and plus he's scouting by himself, so he gives enough time for Beastmaster, Silencer, and the other heroes who didn't have much farm in the start to actually come back into the game.
All right, looks like they've spotted out the Lina here. She tries to root down the Bat Rider, but oh, she turns it around and is happy to take one with her. I mean, they could have secured that one without too much of a fight with a simple lasso play, but, you know, if Hero's going to take what's in front of him, he just annihilates the Weaver and takes the free money and XP.
Yeah, do you think he's mad because of he didn't use lasso?
Yeah, I'm sure they're probably having a good trade
Radiant's
like,
top
dude,
tower is under
come on,
attack.
it's Alita. And what's the lasso cooldown? I think that's pretty worth for sure. Oh well, lesson learned. This time he uses the lasso on a very threatening Silencer. They'll even pull out 2 ultimates for this guy. A freezing field on top of it. That's how salty they are about it.
Yeah, he showed him how to use lasso there.
Yeah. And a freezing field too. Really wanted to make sure they got that one.
Gotta kill that brown boot Silencer though.
Yeah, he was just getting a bit too hasty at getting a hold of a Midas. You don't do that in front of the Midas Club without permission.
They're trying to go on Beastmaster on bottom. Beastmaster has a crest.
No, they're not.
First.
They're going on Blue top lane. There's the jump from Suits. He gets another Omni off. This time he will be able to jump away from the rest of the slashes. Now can Moo make it away from the chase? There's 3 on his tail. Z-Freak's right there. He has Global. They're going to do another counter fight. The Global's going to get Pop Demon's making his move in. There goes the root. It connects onto 2. The first one to go down is going to be the Ogre. And the Crystal Maiden manages to make it away. Just barely. This counter fight, not really as impressive, but it does stop Midas Club Elite in their tracks from chasing out Moo.
It's most important that Jug didn't die there. Jug really mobile with that phase boost, and Yasha plus went for Shadowblade build. I guess it's because of the ping, so he can or he can get close to actually a Storm Spirit and get a solo kill on him if they commit Global Silence. And Weaver as well.
Oh, ow! Ned gets slashed right in the neck. Loses half his life and then gets easily finished up there by Moo. But look at this, Suze committing in, trying to get a hold of Z-Freak. Z-Freak though, gets a living armor, hoping to stay alive. The follow-up lasso though is going to be there from Moo, and it looks like Midas Club have been able to take advantage of the stragglers hanging about in the top lane for coL. They'll take both of them.
Oh, love how Silencer, he works for the Greenpeace. He planted that tree, tried to block himself, but Bat Rider had a good vision on him. Plus Storm Spirit Remnant though.
More space, I guess you can call it, as they draw all of the attention of Midas up there. But taking down Moo does hand over a good penny. That is a 9 times kill streak. 780 bonus gold. Who was that awarded to? It was awarded to the Storm of all people as well.
Yeah, so it's a Storm who got 2 extra Bloodstone charges there and has finished power treads. I mean, this Storm's gonna deal a hell of a lot of damage,
Radiant's top tower
especially with
is under
Bloodlust.
attack.
He's heavy right clicker though, right now.
Radiant
Gang
structures
that
are
hawk.
fortified.
That bird didn't stand a chance. If they wanted Swindle, though, they were a bit too late. Top lane, Moo avoids the stun with the Blade Fury. Oh my god, the furthest Rod of Atos I've ever seen. That thing came out of a different game, it looked like, but not able to get the follow-up there. Bardo and company walk away from any further trouble. A very feisty game now unfolding before us here. 12 to 13, 20 minutes in. It's going to be coL moving into the pit and beginning to go to work on the Roche.
Yeah, look at the range on the Road of Atos. It seems super big. We don't see the item often, so...
Money to burn.
That's crazy. Well, I mean, actually, it's the talent. She got the cast range talent at level 10.
Yeah.
That helps a bit.
Roche.
Oh,
Yeah,
Batrider blinks into the doorstep of Roche, but the Roche had already been done. He gets zapped in the back and says, hey guys, I'm glad you got an Aegis. You want a gem too? Hands that over, and now it's going to be Complexity chasing down whoever they can. Ned gets obliterated by an Omni Slash. And, wow.
Well, yeah, wow, you can't really make that kind of a
Radiant's
play.
middle
Oh,
tower is
they
under
noticed the
attack.
gem right now. They didn't notice it right away. So.
Oh,
You have a
boy.
gem, you can't just blink into Roche Pit like that.
It sucks because like Batrider's like one of the best anti-Roche heroes in the game. You know, Flame Break, blink in, and suddenly you own that pit. But unfortunately, the timing just wasn't quite there, and it hasn't really been there for Midas. It will work out, it looks like, here for the pickoff onto Firo. It actually pops and forces out a global silence too. But, you know, just a
Dire's
slight
middle
bandage
tower
on
is
already
under
what is
attack.
becoming a gaping wound for Midas.
Yeah, who has the Aegis? It's Jug, who has Manta style finished. Oh, they're making a go on mid.
Swindle's
Can they
done
go
for. Can they get more? Suddenly, Storm has just walked himself into a root play there from Demon. Here comes the freezing field follow-up play, though. Can they get enough damage on the Moo and go for the finish? Looks like they will. Midas Club now have strung together a couple of good fights. Now they're hoping to go for the second life of Moo, and with a lasso available, they should be able to do it. That's a lot of Blade Fury damage, though. But they'll turn around with the stun and be able to get it finished. Okay.
What a play by
Radiant's
Midas.
middle
Yeah.
tower is under attack.
I was just
Hey,
getting ready
they-
to say that they were the team with like this big gaping wound, and suddenly they put together a team fight and a good couple of picks.
And they're not done, what it seems.
Nope, a tier 1 should be following up. There are 19 charges now suddenly on the Bloodstone. Can Demon, does he want to go? No.
Don't. Jimmy,
Radiant's middle
don't do
tower
it.
Okay.
has fallen.
Looks
now
like
it's a party.
it is going to be a nice little turnaround play. And look at this, suddenly this game, we're right back even.
Well, Storm Spirit is getting a lot of charges, 19 charges on Bloodstone Power Treads and getting close to Orchid. So Storm Spirit's gonna be hard to control. He needs more items to be unkillable if you wanna look like get BKB and Lincoln Sphere so
Dire's
you can
middle
block
tower is
Beastmaster
under
ulti
attack.
and get out of the Global Silence and Overgrowth. So
They pull off for now after Midas Club have been able to kind of seriously maintain order for themselves in this game. They took the opportunity to move on in, planted some good wards down. They have a good vision sense here, but the problem is that Demon's back now. They have Hawk and the Gem, and they'll be looking to quickly get rid of all of that vision that Midas have been able to put down for themselves. Still holding towers. Demon goes to repairing this tier 1 in the top lane because that seems to be where Midas could be making their next approach. How have their items been able to be coming together here? Perseverance. Oh, hold on.
Global Silence.
Global. Laguna, it was on the Lincolns though. So fucking A is going to be able to just shrug that one off. The follow-up lasso is going to be coming in. And that is going to get the finish onto Firo. Moo is going to be forced to Blade Fury and run.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He just got that Lincoln's. I looked at him a moment before that and he had a Perseverance, and now he has a Lincoln's. Wow, bottom lane, it doesn't stop yet. Freezing field coming out right now. from Ned, putting in the work. Swindle gets a living armor, but it's not going to be enough, it looks like, to be able to keep him alive. Tries to go for a TP, but he is long gone. Only the Batrider going to be the casualty here for Midas, but still the wind's going their way.
A golden thread.
Batrider needs to be careful with those blinks in, especially when he doesn't have a lasso. That Beastmaster deals so much damage when he uses Solar Crest plus Roar plus Necronomicons hitting you. They tried to split push on the bottom meanwhile, but good reactions again from the Storm. This Storm is all over the place. And Weaver, we didn't talk much about Weaver. She's level 18, getting really, really big. That Lincoln's is gonna mean hell of a lot in that fight. Blocked the damage, blocked the Laguna damage, and they got the kill on Lena.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like, as that gank was getting ready to unfold, I was looking at the inventory of Weaver. I was like, oh, Perseverance, but he has something else queued up. He's going for a Yasha or something. But little did I know, the Lincoln was actually already en route from the courier and happened to drop off at probably the best time you could ask for to stop the Laguna. Sue's now putting some pressure here at the bottom tier 2 while we have Demon scouting things out up and above here. Midas deal with this top lane pressure. Demon thinking about moving on Ned? I think so. Boom. Hits Ned up with the bash. That's where Zephyr can step over. They have the glimmer, but the dust is already there. As Batrider rotates in, he finds himself caught up in an Omni Slash there from Moo, and Moo will secure both of those kills.
It's hard for Midas right now to get the vision game against them. Experience plus Hawk plus they have a gem which they bought for complexity plus Shadow Blade on Jug. It's really hard to control all of that. They need to invest money in the new gem.
Multicast stun set up there from Bardo, walking in from Invis. And with the assistance, of course, coming in from Suits. He will get the finish onto Swindle and sport another charge up to 22 now on his Bloodstone.
22 Bloodstone charges, Orchid completed, 2k gold. As I mentioned, what he needs is a BKB and the Lincolns. That's what he has queued up, so...
So do coL need to try to, like, get work done before he gets to that point? Is that... How important is it that, you know, once Midas are able to kind of get those items finished on Storm, that the game becomes a lot easier for him, if at all?
Well, if you look at the late game, Complexity has good late game, but Midas has really, really good late game as well, especially with that Weaver who's super farmed. We talked yesterday a little bit about Weaver. I mentioned how Chinese players love to go for BKB instead on Weaver. When it's needed, sometimes when you're skipping Lincoln Sphere, but this game I feel like Manta Style is a better overall choice than a BKB right now, so he can get out of those root mechanics from Lena. She bought Road of Aethos and Overgrowth, plus you can remove the Global Silence as well. That's like really good.
That Weaver begins to go to work on a tier 2 here in the top lane. This could leave only one more outer tower here for Complexity. And it will get done.
Radiant's top tower
still
has
feeling
fallen.
pretty good about their positioning here. With maintaining the control on this area means that if this Roche respawns in a short amount of time, Midas might be able to quickly sneak it for themselves without too much trouble. We'll have to see how forgiving the secondary timer is going to be. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bam!
How much? 1 minute. 45 seconds. Thank you so much, by the way, Valve, for adding in this cool little Roshan timer. And this is going to be great for Midas. They'll be just in the neighborhood to kind of be able to pick it up, while it still seems like Complexity have most of their attention on making a push towards the bottom happen.
Yeah, Ogre bought the new gem because Batrider lost his in like what 1 minute after he bought it, but they need that extra gem for Treant and Shadow Blade, and just remove the wards on their side of the map and get the map controls. Immediate smoke coming out from them.
Here comes a smoke. If Midas Club could take a fight, a decent just pick, This will secure an easy Roche, maybe the last tier 2, a tier 2 plus Roche. There's the possible pick. A leap in for Swindle. He bumps back briefly. The Fall Blast is going to be there, but the Global does come out right at that moment. And there is going to be a sacrifice there. Lita is going to have to deny herself away from this fight, but the chase is on here from Midas. The Bug Swarm goes out, and Complexity is going to be forced indoors. Midas should be able to quickly execute and take out this tier 2, and then possibly double back for the Roche. There they go. Lita, though, is going to be up in just a second. I wonder if they will consider TPing to the Shrine and doing something about this. They don't have Global, though, so no Global. You do have Primal Roar.
Roche is up and they're going for it. Batrider just removing the wards, securing they can't go in. I don't think it's time for Complexity to fight at all. Even if they get their Global is down, they can't really fight.
Looks like coL have already accepted that this one's going to be taken up by Midas Club. Oh, immediate jive comes out, and they're looking to go for the man himself, Swindle. And they'll slowly walk him home. Can you just put the man out of his misery, please? It looks like they finally will. And he is out for a minute without a buyback. And that is your Primal Roar high ground defense. Still no Global for nearly a minute. I wonder if Midas just keep on pushing. Any reason why they should pull off right now?
Well, they're gonna go back. I mean, it's not they killed anyone that significant. There's Treant Protector, Living Armor, there's Glyph plus Lina. It's hard. Arcane Curse, you can't really dive. They need to clear 2 or 3 more heroes before they can go high ground.
Fair enough. Midas maybe just looking to play this as safe as possible, knowing that they need this win to even stay alive in the tournament and take this to a game 3. Better not to overextend and risk throwing that advantage right away to coL on this one. Movie takes his business back towards the top lane. It looks like a Basher buildup is in order for him.
Yes, what it seems that Moo, he wanted to go for Scotty just to tank up, but seems like he thinks they need more control for that Weaver and Storm Spirit. So it's more like an all-in greedy build. I can understand why he's going it, because they're playing from behind right now, and it's a good choice actually, if he makes it.
Oh, Demon. Demon is in trouble. He unfortunately happened to walk right up and into the arms of the Weaver, who just decimates him easily. Firo and Z-Freak are close by, but they can't even get a hold of the little guy. Moo, though. Woo! Little Ned gets a nice force staff up into the high ground there. Nearly gets himself slashed apart by the nearby swordsman.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But just a little support handover, it looks like, for now. But Midas have begun to congregate, it looks like, Lacoste. They're going mid lane. They're looking to go for high ground.
Yeah, seems like they want to chop it little by little, but I'm not sure it's enough. The global silence is up again. There's still Aegis on Storm Spirit. 2 shrines.
Jump into silence. They're hoping to burst apart maybe Swindle Melons before he can even get the roar off. The first kill, as Moo is just going to immediately slash apart the Weaver using that global silence, will allow Complexity to get a good upper hand. They don't have a way to lock down the Storm as he comes back with his second life, and he just runs away.
Yeah, this is what it feels like inexperience to me. It's still not time to push the high ground. They're not. They have 6k network lead, Aegis, but the global silence and the Treant Protector you can't just run into that.
And suddenly we see confidence coming out from Complexity here, as they're the team running across the river and bursting their way down this mid lane, hoping to get what looks like possibly a tier 2. Recognizing the Weaver being out of the fight. Maybe an opportunity to force out a buyback. A Root's going to be out. The Lincolns is going to get popped. They start right-clicking onto him, and the Storm is suddenly just gone.
Yeah, good combo. It was Root from Overgrowth and Root from the Lina's Road of Aethas. It was more than enough. That's like 5 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. 5.75 seconds.
Plus maybe 80 bashes that would come out. If they're able to get one of those roots on the Storm Spirit, he is going to have a hell of a time trying to make it out from trouble. He needs to get those more. He needs to get that BKB. I don't know. That seems like such a jam to be able to get out of.
I think he needed a BKB before that Lincoln Sphere. It's more of a safe play because you can get out of anything with Lincoln Sphere. You just block either Roar or Road of Aethas.
So as the game stands at this moment, getting ready to approach the 35-minute mark, we're getting back to that even playing field once again. This game started pretty good for coL, and then suddenly it was Midas opening things up. They took the Roche, and they were getting ready to push themselves into high ground territory. coL hold, and what could have been just a little lack of experience for a team like Midas, not knowing when they could get that first big Rax push going. And now they found themselves swatted on the nose here by Complexity, and Complexity could use this opportunity to begin to build up some momentum for themselves once again. We'll have to see what they're going to be able to get done. You said before that the late game still kind of favors Midas a bit, but based on execution, we'll see how things go. Immediate Bat Rider, but the root's going to be there from Demon to slow down that lasso play. Oh, Demon just gets shredded apart as the Weaver begins to go to work. Both the Lina and Demon will be taken care of. Leap in from Zeus. It's 1 by 1 as Midas will quickly get a hold of coL. And Moo also goes
back
down.
in action.
Yeah, suddenly just like that, it's Midas's game again. And now, with Moo being dead for over a minute without a buyback, I think this is the opportunity to make that high ground push, guys.
Every time they initiate with a good lasso, seems like they're winning a fight, and that's how they should do it. Not risk anything, just take control of enemy forest, try to get a pick off. Their heroes are really good for pick off. Storm, Bat Rider, good initiation, plus Fever with Shikuchi, easy to execute those ganks.
There goes our first tier 3 of the game. And Midas are looking to make more out of it here. It looks like these Raxes are done for. By now, it's very apparent that Moo does not have his buyback, and they still don't have a jug for about 30 seconds, so fucking A's like, well, fucking A. Why don't I just go over there and get it, you know? Fucking A, man. I'm just going to take this tier 3 too.
Yeah, that's the second Lincoln Sphere on finished, so he has 2 Lincoln Spheres. Oh, they're going on 3 and no escape or anything for him.
Jumping back and forth, coming out from Zeus right here. He blows all of his mana for it, but they are going to be able to get the tree down and the tier 3. This opens up the biggest heavy and net worth advantage of the game so far, back the other way for Midas.
Time to kill some shrines.
Yep, shrine money now going to be coming their way potentially.
Illusion.
Easy pickings right there, and we got to begin to think of what the hell Complexity are going to be able to do to get themselves back in it. Fortunate for them to get caught out there in the bottom lane without the buyback money available.
Oh, BKB is finished on Storm right now. If they want to play it safe, they should just wait for the next Roche and just take a fight there or try to get one more pick off, because Complexity can't really wait much longer. They know also the next fight is going to be at Roche Pit. They have a good Roche Pit fight with Treant Protector, but if they lose a fight right there, they're going to lose the game.
Still have about 30 seconds before we'll know what the new timer is going to be for that Roche, and if it'll be another pretty forgiving timer here for Midas and being able to snag it up right away. coL, though, to the top lane. At this moment, looks like they are not going to find themselves crossing any sort of potential trouble. It's just them trying to get a hold of their roots once again here and claiming their side of the map. We have more items beginning to come together here. I mean, with Midas's on hand here for Club Midas too. Like, their late game just continues to get a bit more powerful. And what is this Mjolnir going to be slotted up here for the Weaver next? More damage and more pressuring wave clear. Now show themselves inside the lane. Moo, they quickly pop the Lincolns. He does not quite get the follow-up there. He's hoping to go for the quick Omni Slash. Ball over on the other side. They spot out Demon within the trees. They'll quickly take him out. Swindle goes in. He's not able to get it off. A follow-up axe play there as he gets quickly lassoed. The Omni Slash is going to be there, but does not do any formidable damage. The Weaver will be fine. He simply time-lapses it off, and it is going to be Complexity crumbling apart here. But sudden turnaround here for Moo. Looking to open up on the suits. Can he go for the finish? He gets hit with the Ignite stun and can't chase on in. A Glimmer will be there to help out briefly, but Z-Freak heads out the other direction. Moo is still swinging it apart right now, though. He gets a double kill and now moves in for the Ogre. It's going to be Complexity etching out suddenly a 5-man takedown here. Z-Freak and Moo at the end. Play around him and get it done. Triple kill for Moo. Holy shit.
Seems like they forgot about Moo. The guy deals so much damage with the Basher and Diffusal Blade. I mean, they just ignored him. Tried to focus him, then ignored him. He focused the Storm Spirit, burned all his mana with Manta-style illusions and Diffusal Blade, and then just finished all the rest heroes. They lost another gem.
Yeah, Z-Freak currently supporting both of them. And they had to quickly just get back to the base and deal with the mess that's inside. That long-winded engagement really did a number inside their base here, and they got to kind of reset. So unfortunately for them, they're not going to be able to kind of push the advantage on forward towards the side of Midas and force any buybacks or anything of that nature. They just have too much damage going on. I mean, what does that say for coL, though? Taking a fight like that, does that give them the confidence to say, oh, this game is still ours to take? Is it still a very rough situation? Where do you feel now for Complexity?
I don't think they actually felt they can win that team fight, but they turned it around, especially that Treant died there without casting Overgrowth. He got insta-focused with Orchid. So the big next item for Jimmy, which is going to come really quickly, one more Midas use plus 90 gold per minute. It's going to come in the next 2 minutes probably. Lotus Orb to remove whoever gets silenced, so it's really good.
Yeah, that will be very helpful. Okay, coL, here we go. They pop their smoke and they go on their journey through the mid lane. Midas Club Elite could take to the high ground here and be in a good position, but it's all attention on the Roche. Boar inside the pit is already there to kind of scout things out. Midas Club are using the Bat Rider to kind of take to the skies and peek over the walls and see what the hell's happening.
It's a full butterfly on Jug.
Is this the classic Complexity wraparound? Here it comes. They're wrapping. They're going around. Are they going to be able to get the backside approach of Midas here from the high ground? Oh, they hit him with the root, but the linkage was popped. And Suze will be able to jump away. Oh, it was so close for coL there. But Midas now could reposition a bit. Moo's thinking about moving in. Ned steps back, gets the slow onto Swindle. Moo shows himself. They go for Swindle. They commit on him, but that's going to be the global. Blinking from Demon. He gets the root, locking the Ogre in his place. Bat also stuck in a bit. Moo goes in for the Blade Fury spin. The Roar's going to be there, locking down the Crystal Maiden. They fit the finish of the Ogre and the Crystal Maiden. It's going to be Complexity with a strong head start to this fight, taking out the support duo. They charge down the mid lane, but there's trouble back home. Look at this, the Weaver inside the mid lane, taking it to the racks. Wipes out another set here for Midas Club. Very cheeky play there. And it's not done. He's going for the top lane too. It's only Firo back inside the base to defend it. And he can't hang right now.
Where's the rest of his team?
Oh, they're back here. This guy, no TP. That guy has one over there. This guy does not. This guy does. So, have to, have don't. But they were here in the first place to take a fight and go for the Roche, and they're looking to get back at that. But the Weaver has now showed up back from that base push. They're looking to step in. The bugs have been thrown out. And the first takedown is going to be Z-Freak there. The follow-up in Melons could be going next. They set up the Yules for Demon as well. And suddenly, it's going to be coL crumbling down and below. Moo trying all he can with desperation. Gets out one last Omni Slash. Almost able to take down Suze, but can't quite get it. The lasso will be there. They'll pull him back and get him finished. Triple kill for fucking A, as he will now move in and get the Roche.
Oh, fucking A. He's doing really good job. Just kill those Raxes on mid. And he wasn't in that fight, so it looked really good for Complexity. But once he came into the fight, it shows how much damage he deals. Oh my god, he has 7,000 gold on him.
That boy is rich. Highest net worth in the game at the moment, getting closer to 30K for himself. 14, 3, and 12 is his stat line. And he's putting on a hell of a show. This final shrine will be taken care of. And I don't know, we got to see now, for coL's sake, if they could put out another impressive hold, or if this is going to be Midas finally putting a lid on the game and taking it to a Game 3 series.
Yeah, you can't hide against this Batrider. He just had 2 gems, drops 1 gem on the ground.
Radiant's top tower
He's
is under
redeeming
attack.
himself for losing that gem so early.
Very nice. He's got it back now, and that's all that matters. Tier 3, this is the final rack set. Oh, he moves it right away to get a hold of Z-Freak. Can he take him out of the fight before a global will even be there? Yes, but Z-Freak does have a buyback. He's going to have to use it and come back with the global at the appropriate time if they want a chance of staying alive. There goes the roar, there's the buyback, the global comes out, but the Raxes are getting hit here.
Radiant's
The
middle tower
Weaver
is under attack.
continue to go in and go to work. Firo, can he go for the finish? No. Weaver able to just weasel himself out and away from trouble. Even with that Aegis life, it's not going to get spent. The rest of Midas just peace on out. Ned trying to hide within the trees. They actually catch him with an LSA. Oh.
Yeah, but
There he is.
buyback was committed by Silencer, immediate global. Once he bought back, they focused everything on Storm, but Storm had a cheese. I think they could have gotten an Aegis as well to a Storm Spirit. This Weaver is pretty much unkillable. But yeah, look at 3000 HP on that Weaver. Plus Bloodthorn finished, so no mischance against Butterfly. Once he uses it, yes.
Woo! All right, well, Midas here. One more Rax if they were hoping to kind of get the take on the Megas, but coL not looking to tap out quite yet. Still holding strong at the moment here as they gather themselves back towards this mid lane in hopes of a opportunity to catch out Midas here with a bit of a misplay, but still need 40 seconds to have the benefit of that global silence at any sort of fight. They've already drawn out their map. They're just going towards where they already have a little bit of forgiving vision. And look at this, they might cross paths with the Storm. Oh, he jumps to the side and then jumps out. No one kind of there to be able to get a quick reaction disable to stop him from even making it away.
Yeah, Complexity seems like they're going all in. They got only 1 ranged Raxes left. They need to risk it.
Doesn't look like they're going to keep a hard commitment down that mid lane, it looks like here. Both the cores had pulled all the way off. Move back inside the base here, and Firo kind of dealing with this bottom lane pressure. Midas have already kind of put themselves in a super comfortable position. Again, they could. I don't know if they want. You don't want to wait out nearly 5 minutes for a possible Rosh. There's no Rosh in there, guys. Top lane they go. Opportunity maybe for a jump onto Swindle. There goes Sooths. Swindle tries to blink away. He quickly pops his book. Accidentally walks into the bugs, but we'll deal with that. No big deal. Ooh.
Oh, Jug is in. Jug is trying to get the hands on someone. Lotus Orb on him.
Lotus Orb casually walking through him. He now crosses paths to go for the Weaver here and then heads out the other direction. Very scary, but they do not get it. Not yet. It's just too hard for even a Complexity to get that kind of opportunity. It's going to take kind of all of their ducks in a row and disables the lockdown one. There's just a lot of defense built up here between the multiple Lincolns, the BKBs on the Storm. BKB, a Bat Rider.
Complexity needs to try wrap around one more time. They still have 1 smoke left on Treant Protector, but this is their last chance. Hex completed on Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit pretty much 6-slotted, can upgrade that Orchid into what seems to be the second Bloodthorn.
Midas dealing with the bird vision as they continue to kind of pressure out these 2 other lanes as much as possible, so that way when they make their move for the top lane, it's just, they can spread apart coL as much as possible, so they're not going to be there for a 5-man fight. Ooh, Bat. Oh, they catch him. He tries to force away, but they still manage to get a hold of him with the roar. That's going to be the Bat Rider going down. Lacoste's handed over the gem again.
Yeah, it seems like Batrider doesn't like to keep it. Where's that other gem they had? They put it on the ground. Does Ogre have one? Does Crystal Maiden have one? No, no. Is there anything in the base? Also no. Yeah, there's one in the courier. Have to check everything.
Yeah. So they have one more backup gem. Just don't let Batrider have it. This gives only some breathing room, really, for complexity at the end of the day. Once Midas kind of recognize they lost their Batrider, they'll step off a bit. And they know that, you know, at the moment the game is theirs and that they can dictate whether or not they want to kind of take a bit of a pause. Not really too much cause for concern that coL could bulk up into a serious threat at the moment. Just it's more of a Midas continue to make any sort of additional misplays. String together a couple of those, then we could see seeing some problems. But here we see Suze moving in. He gets hit with the root. The second that that comes out, he decides to jump on back. But Ned's moving in with a Glimmer. Hits up the slow Nova and a Frostbite on for Demon. Firo's going to get finished here with Weaver kind of coming into play. Now Firo's going to be out unless he wants to buy back.
50 seconds without him. They should force a buyback. I mean, it has to be forced. Oh, Ogre Magi.
Moo really wants to kill Ogre. The problem is that Moo had been drawn so far out away from the base that easily the Weaver and the Storm will just surround him and get the finish. Z-Freak even commits the global there to try to save Moo. And now they don't have that at all for what is probably going to be the final hurrah.
No global, no buyback on Lina, plus Jug needs to buy back right now. Ogre is dead though. Roche, when is the Roche? Not up yet.
Minute. I mean, Midas should just go top lane, force out the buyback. They could probably even get the last racks. And if they want to really secure it after that, they go back and get the Roche. All right. Weaver inside, hit with the root, which will simply pop his Lincolns. Gets a new Lincolns here from his buddy. And he's going to be one to go in and be the demo man and trying to finish out the racks and going for the Megas. Demon steps in immediately, hits him with the bash. They hit him with a Laguna, and they get the finish. Look at that. They burst him down before he can even get a time-lapse off.
Yeah, even there was a second Lincoln's even casted from Storm Spirit, but Storm Spirit could have gotten in, at least try to use Orchid and Sight of Eyes on once, so he can't get bursted down. Buyback was committed from Juggernaut, so Lina and Jug no buyback for the next 5 minutes.
I don't know if they got themselves 5 minutes worth of time, though. About another minute before the Weaver comes up. There's our new timer, and it is going to be about 2 minutes before the Roche
Over here now.
is going to be back in play. Getting closer to the hour mark. I actually was not expecting this game in particular to be going this long right now, but you could see there's definitely maybe a little inexperience for Midas Club being able to go for like closure. This game has been probably extended a bit longer than they were expecting because of maybe them trying to push those high grounds a little too early.
Yeah, at one point they could have played it more safe, tried to get some pickoffs, but this game has been back and forth like a few times already.
Yeah. There's the hit from Demon. Possible setup for the Storm, but an E-Blade on the Ogre comes out and will help him out. But there goes Moon looking to step on in. He's hit with a Lotus, but they quickly burst him down. Man, just like that, the Storm is going to be taken out. And coL are not done there. They're looking to go for an Ogre now, who takes to the high ground here. Him and Crystal Maiden go on the retreat, but are they going to be able to make it away?
What have you done? He has enough range for Rod of Aethas? No, he goes back. Roche up in the next 35 seconds. Firo probably has lags. He was trying to chase him there, what it seems to be, but his hero went back, or he decided he doesn't want to go that deep.
I'm actually surprised that there haven't been really any pauses for lag. I mean, both these teams are playing with lag. Obviously, coL are playing with a ridiculous amount of it. But, you know, I'm glad the teams have been pretty good sports about, for the most part, just kind of playing the game out as it is. There's only been kind of a couple of, quote, sound issues apparently from the complexity side. But overall, it's been a pretty constant, smooth game. Can't complain.
Yeah, it's been a really good game so far. Even though they have, what, 21,000 net worth lead. I mean, it goes more as time goes by because coL has lost 5 Raxes, so they're getting a smaller amount of gold from it.
Yeah. Ooh, look at this play. Moo creeping in from behind. Oh, he quickly sees that the Weaver jumped out after pushing in forward with the Manta. Demon's there. Oh, he already Sakuchi'd out. It looks like he's not about that life in that top lane.
Yeah, this Weaver is so rich, he doesn't know what to spend on. That
Radiant's top
full
barracks are
butterfly
under
plus
attack.
extra 5k gold. He can swap diffusal blade for something else. Probably should get an MKB or full Daedalus, maybe even rapier.
They will spot out Swindle, as both Swindle and Zfrick were kind of making their escape from that mid lane pressure. Unfortunately, Swindle kind of took a different direction, and he got spotted out. So that's a lasso down, and a quick set of kills, and an opportunity for Midas to be able to easily claim the new Roche. And this one will be given back to Storm Spirit in this case. So let's see if Midas can now close things out in game number 2 to take this to a game 3 push, or if Complexity will continue to be as ridiculously resilient as ever.
It is time to go. Midas, hello Midas, it's time to go.
Let's go.
They have triple Lincoln Sphere, Cheese, and Aegis. So, Cheese on who? Let's
Radiant's
see.
middle tower is under attack.
Jump in, lasso. They've spotted out Demon. Global's going to be there, but just as fast as Demon goes down, he'll have to dish out the buyback. Now there's going to be no global for it either. Moo makes his move in, gets some good right click onto the Weaver, who's going to be forced to scurry on back.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Pressure coming in from all lanes, but Complexity do still manage to hold down this one little Rax right here.
They should just wait for the next lasso, 20 seconds, and then try to get a good initiation again. Storm Spirit has Cheese and Aegis. He should commit to full Bloodthorn there.
More flirting, more trading here. This is like the longest high ground standoff ever for one Rax. Midas waiting for everything to be up. They now have the lasso. Gem on him. Moo's hanging there. He's got to be careful he doesn't just get... Okay, they hit him with a Lotus Orb now. As the creeps do come in, there it goes for the quick jump. And it goes right back out. Not able to force anything. The Weaver looking to get in hard. That's when the Glit's going to get popped. There's the grab, the pullback. It's going to be for Firo on the Lina. She goes down. 80 seconds. No buyback for this Lina. Rax still stands. But yeah, Aegis already taken apart. And the Storm also going to be taken down. This could be bad for Midas, but they're still looking to fight. A lead in, a lasso pullback, but Swindle gets off the battle roar right there, locking him in their place, but Zfrick's eating too much damage as the freezing field is coming out from Ned. Moo on the back lines, though, shredding apart, able to take down the Ogre. Walks himself back inside, but yeah, you said Stormbot back here. He's still got a journey ahead of him, though.
Here I am.
And they
Just
will...
gave the Cheese to someone, to Weaver, so he'll use it and get the full HP and get back into the game. I mean, Weaver has a buyback. If they focus him, he can just time-lapse and get back into the game. No Global Silence, no Silencer, no 30 seconds Lina, no Omnislash. They should take the Raxes down right now.
It looks like they will. There's no glyph anymore. The buyback comes out, and this is Megas now for Midas. So coL, you need, are going to be pressured to just give it a final hurrah, push down a lane. Or what here? But Midas get their Vegas.
This game is still not over. They can outpush the lanes with Treant Protector, healing the towers, and there is AC and Lads on BM plus Necrobook. He can outpush any lane, and if they try to get like 1 or 2 kills, especially on Storm Spirit, who has no buyback, Complexity can still win this game.
We'll have to see. It'd be one hell of a monster comeback. You're talking about we're getting close to 30K of a net worth advantage at the moment.
Regeneration.
So we'll
A golden
see.
thread.
That is a steep hill to get themselves climbed up upon right here. Midas Club, like, how do you play this now if you're Midas Club, though? You've just gotten Megas. You know, you just got Roche already, so you can't really wait out for an Aegis at this point. You're farming, kind of, but, you know, most of these heroes are getting close to critical mass. Do you continue to push inside the base, or do you just push waves and avoid fights altogether? What are you doing?
You can't really split push anymore or I mean, there's always a Treant who's healing those towers, and they have good wave clear with Lina,
Stupendous.
Beastmaster, and the Jug even went for Battle Fury to clear those waves even faster and just overall damage. So what I expect from this game, and you won't believe it, Midas will wait for the next Roche and then try to go. Because they want to have a buyback on Storm as well, which is in the next 4.5 minutes. That's when the Roche is gonna be up.
Three. Zip.
So, let's talk about level 25 talents. Everyone is 5 except Treant. So
Yep.
Beastmaster, pretty classic, those wild axes. Lina, classic fiery soul. Silencer with attack range. I think Silencer could have gotten 25 curse slow instead, because he doesn't deal that much of a damage. It's still a good damage dealer, but bottom line.
Oh, very hard jump from Moo, who's pushing out that top lane. Demon will be there to lock him in their place with a good root. Lotus on himself from the Ogre, but they're going to be able to get Moo down. Z-Freak also dropped. He does manage to get the global off before he dies, but him and Demon both get dropped. Moo's going to be forced to dish out the buyback as this becomes the final hurrah for him. Swindle will get taken out. This one is all on Firo and Moo if coL want any chance to stay alive, but this one is looking pretty good for Midas, as they are moments away from just securing the game number 3. There goes the move in from Smooth and from fucking A. Omni Slash, though, does come out. Weaver's going to get dropped. He could buy back time lapse if they really wanted to win, but they don't want to overthrow it.
Radiant's
It looks
middle tower is under
This
attack.
game is not over. Still, Juggernaut deals massive amount of damage
Radiant's courier
in a
has
team
been
fight,
killed.
so
But we still have over a minute before like everyone else comes back here on Team Complexity.
Storm Spirit just got 2 gems on the ground, and it's going back to give it to Batrider so he can give it back again to Complexity. Same old story all over again.
Jesus. All right, well, here we are going into the later innings. We have just passed the 1 hour mark here, 37-44. The Brazilian server Midas Club Elite
This'll come in
well
handy.
in control. Nearly 30k net worth advantage, as Complexity have dealt with being down a couple of racks for what feels like 25 minutes or so, having that reduced income. Still managed to fight all on the back of like this Moo Jug, who's been able to dish out some serious deeps and bursting apart both the Storm and Weaver at very surprising moments. So even forced Midas back a bit.
Yeah, I'm surprised there is not a single solar crest on Midas side. This is the item which is really good against Juggernaut, against Silencer. Those and Lina also deals a lot of physical damage right now. So I'm surprised Ogre doesn't have one.
Yeah, he'd
Ogre's-
rather get an Ag.
He'd rather
finish
get
out the
like E-Blade,
Yeah, that
Aghanim
is,
Scepter.
that is interesting. I mean, Moo is clearly the big damage threat right now, and that is all heavy physical burst. That Solar Crest could have been doing some good work, but Midas Club, a different direction for them on this one. Okay, in and out to burst down the wave a bit here from Sooths. But more of the same game here, a tower defensive game here from Complexity to hold from inside their base, dealing with the Megas. They're hoping for a misstep, misfight here from Midas that they can capitalize on and then be able to quickly trek the other direction and, I don't know, hope for a Grand Slam hit inside the base of Midas.
So Batrider decides he already had a Refresher Orb, didn't mention it before, so he sold a Yule Scepter and has Aghanim Scepter. So he's trading a Scepter for Scepter. The blue Scepter is better than the white one.
If you want to look at it that way, I guess. Sure.
Well, when he goes in, 4 seconds duration, and it deals damage over time, so grabs another target. So it might be like a 4-hero drag. I don't think I ever saw that, but I hope to see it. Like, imagine it's like tied. Ooh, check this out.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, Batrider with Aghanim Scepter and Refresher Orb, plus imagine a Storm Spirit with Aghanim Scepter. You're just pulling them
Just
together.
keep pulling everyone. Just pull them away. I would love to see a double lasso. A double. Long get here. Midas have found their way now finally back outside the front doorstep of the complexity base that they have pretty much ransacked through already. Finally working through some of these minor buffer towers that Demon has been healing up, I'm sure. And now they see the jugular
Radiant's
here, looking to make a
middle
move in
tower
for the
is
tier
under
4s. Fucking goes in on it. Moo waiting under Invis.
Whoa, what I miss?
Right under the tower before he finds a good opportunity to possibly make a strike. There goes the
Radiant's
one
middle
tier
tower
4.
has fallen.
Last tier 4 here. Was Complexity holding all this out for nothing here? They're going to have to give one final hurrah.
Radiant's
Now it's
middle
all
tower
exposed
has
and
fallen.
left to the final shrine and the Ancient. There goes the Demon Root. Fearo's looking to unload, trying to take it to the Weaver here, while Moo is going in
Radiant's
instead of the full
Ancient is
Omni
under
Slash onto
attack.
the Ogre, who simply pops out the E-Blade. Is going to be fine. Now they put their focus on the Weaver. They're going to get the finish. He's out. He does have a buyback, and he's going to use it. He's going to look to time-lapse to get back into the fight.
Is under attack.
No, he hasn't used it yet, has he? Yes, he's back into the fight right now. Freezing Field looking to come out here for the Crystal Maiden. Force Staff away from it, still gets it off. Finally will get dropped. Buyback comes out from Fearo. Now they're looking to get the focus onto Swindle, but it is fucking unleashing the right click here as they're going to be able to finally bring down Moo. He has no buyback here. And now with Swindle getting dropped and the final buyback trickling in, can Weaver finally get the job done? And with Storm buying back, it looks like they finally will be able to do it. Complexity have thrown in the towel and will be going to a game number 3.
Dire victory.
65-minute game. I didn't expect it to be this long. There was so much back and forth action, so many mistakes from both teams, but in the end, Midas got their victory. I'll say it's a deserved victory. They could have finished the game around 35-40 minute mark if they just played it more safe and just tried to get the pickoffs. I mentioned the Solar Crest. This item is the best item in the game right now. What you get for the price, and they could have gotten at least one on CM, one on Ogre Magi. I think it would have been a different game, especially against the Jug, who was getting out of control in those mid-game and late-game fights.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, they get it done. It takes a lot of effort, so I don't know if that's, how much of it would you factor that it's just Midas Club inexperience in closing games out, or Complexity's resilient defense?
Complexity played well, but I think Midas, they're a good team, but I think they need more time and they need to play more with tier 1 teams to get that experience from them. I mean, if you play with better teams, you'll get better eventually. That's really a no-brainer. I wanted to talk about it during the pick phase. I want to know how much time does team like Midas Club Elite play per day? Do they play like 5-6 hours or less? I'm really curious about it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're one of the teams that actually has a boot camp or not. A lot of the South American teams do, but I'm not sure if Midas Club Elite's one of them. They might be, and if anyone out there actually already knows this information, we're happy to kind of listen to you and hear if it is or not. But we should cut to a quick break. That was a long game, and we're only going into game 3. We have another best of 3 coming on after this, guys. So let's just get into it now, guys. That's Lacoste. I'm Dakota. We'll be back after a small break for game 3.